Hi, my name is Teresa Jurgens, and I am the author of the Innovation Process book. We are discussing in this author read-along series, Chapter 14, Phases and Tools in WAGILE Product Development. You'll recall from previous episodes that WAGILE is a combination of waterfall and agile processes, so it involves both stages and gates and iterations within each stage. This Episode 23, we'll talk about stage 1, which is a pretty lengthy chapter, so stick with me. And then episodes 24 through 27 will cover each of the subsequent stages. You can get a copy of the Innovation Process book by scanning the QR code on the screen, and that will take you to Amazon. You can get either a Kindle copy or a paperback copy. I do recommend the paperback copy because, as you'll see as we go through, for example, this chapter, there are a lot of figures, charts, and graphs and templates that you can deploy in your own business. So let's go ahead and get started. Chapter 14, Phases and Tools in WAGILE Product Development. An overview of the WAGILE product development process was shown in Figure 12-3 in a different episode. While a detailed description of the project milestones, gates, is presented in Chapter 12, this chapter will provide activities that occur within the stages, along with possible cases for iteration within a stage. A guiding principle for WAGILE is to move fast while incorporating customer needs and leaving product decisions to the team. Gate checklists provide project status to management, and work within the stages follows a general pattern to maintain discipline and manage risk. Yet each individual project will have additional deliverables that are specific to the product and to the industry. Stage iterations. Scrum product development emphasizes iterative development with approval or release of incremental features coinciding with iterations. As discussed in Chapter 11, one of the pitfalls of Scrum is determining when a project is done. Forcing completion times is one of the tools that aids in success of Agile practices. Nothing can ever be perfect, and expected iterations to seek perfection result in never-ending projects. WAGILE product development uses iterations only as necessary. Scrum is designed around the cycle of iterations, limiting work to just what the team thinks they can complete during a 2 or 4 week cycle. Instead, WAGILE activities are anticipated for completion within the agreed upon stage length, but the option for recycle and iteration is available. Like overall project boundary conditions, see Figure 13-3, each stage uses a set of boundaries to limit the iterations. For instance, if the design build test cycle fails in the technical development stage, iterations are used to design a better test, build a better prototype, or understand failed test results. However, iterations and recycle are limited by the schedule, budget, or scope of work as in traditional project management approaches. Common sense teaches that if the new product development team cannot pass a regulatory test after several tries, the product might not be viable or profitable under current conditions. In this situation, the project should be canceled. Schedule often drives all other variables in a project. In WAGILE, gate reviews for next stage approvals are predetermined upfront by the full project team, the product development team, team leader, project leader, and customer representative. Gate slippage, a common issue with waterfall product development projects, see Chapter 6, is not allowed. Teams are not expected to undergo heroics to gather data for a gate review, but should construct a reasonably aggressive schedule to meet deliverables. After all, product and feature delivery to a market for exclusivity or getting a corner on market share can be a long-term differentiator for product revenues. Stage 1, opportunity identification. After years of research and innovation, it remains puzzling that the first phase of work is often shortchanged. Identifying market, technology, and product opportunities is far less expensive and uses fewer resources than any other stage of work in a conventional waterfall process. Yet companies continue to jump onto ideas for product development without thoroughly vetting the idea with real customers. The primary purpose of Stage 1 in WAGILE is to identify potential opportunities for new product development, understanding pain points that end users face with existing products or lack thereof, as well as testing potential concepts early in a new product development project leads to greater levels of success later. In WAGILE, the customer representative, see Chapter 13, plays an outsized role to coordinate and gather data on customer needs. Creating ideas and concepts to trial with potential customers is the role of the technical new product development team. Figure 14.1, shown here, gives the key tools and activities of Stage 1 in the WAGILE process. Iteration of activities within a stage occurs only when needed. Stage 1 tools. During the earliest stages of WAGILE, we apply design thinking tools to learn about customer needs. Customer insights include not only the difficulties they encounter in doing daily tasks, but also emotional elements that challenge their capacity to change behaviors. Innovation is only successful when end users adopt a new product because it addresses both functional and emotional needs. Therefore, one of the initial tools to apply to understand potential customer needs and to build empathy with their use cases is the customer journey map. Customer journey map. Also known as an experience map, the customer journey map traces the end user's interaction with the product from the point at which the experience begins to the conclusion of the experience. For product purchases, the customer journey often involves steps in which customers become aware of a problem, research options, make a choice, purchase the product, use it, and then retire it. In gathering insights for a new product development effort, the product development team, led by the customer representative at this point, will collect data from a dozen or so different end users and potential customers. Customers may be asked to keep a journal and jot notes as they move through a journey to select a new product. In other situations, the new product development team may ask end users to recall an experience and record their feelings about that experience. In the former case, a full customer journey map might be documented for the project, while a simple experience timeline might suffice in the latter case. An example of a customer journey map template is shown in Figure 14-2. In this case, the key steps in the customer journey are determined as search, evaluate, test, purchase, and retain. The impactful and influential moments of a customer's journey will vary depending upon the product category, market, and industry, as well as a target customer segment. In the upper left-hand corner of the customer journey map, the new product development team will collect demographic data and summarize a few personas that are followed in the subsequent design process. The customer's journey through the 5 steps of Figure 14-2 is documented in the upper portion of the customer experience table. Touchpoints are interactions that customers have with other people or media that provide them with information about a problem or product. For example, the pharmaceutical industry follows a journey in which radio and television advertisements first describe a new symptom or disease. This campaign is then followed by a promotion in which a brand new drug is introduced that will provide relief for the disease. These drugs are distributed as a free trial to physicians who learn about the new symptom or disease during professional continuing education, credentialing courses for the medical field. Of course, following the free trials, doctors then prescribe the drug. Patients who first heard about the new disease on the radio or television are then paying for a drug to cure this symptom that was previously unidentified. Pharmaceuticals have identified a brilliant revenue-generating customer journey to market products that meet unarticulated needs. In addition to the touch points, distribution channels are noted on the customer journey. Availability of products online with home delivery or in-store for immediate purchase can strongly influence a customer's purchasing decision. Emotions are tracked for the customer simply as positive, neutral, or negative. Finally, any internal processes that the organization uses to support the customer through the experience are recorded. An example of a completed customer journey map is shown in figure 14-3. In the example, our persona is a young teacher whose coffee maker broke on a Monday morning. She is searching for a replacement, and the customer journey map tracks her experience to search for and purchase a new at-home coffee maker. Based on the experience of this customer, the new product development team can make recommendations for product improvements and other key learnings for the opportunity. In this instance, it is interesting to note that a software solution, an ability to compare different features of coffee makers online, would have as equal customer satisfaction impact as adding functionality to a product. A customer journey map can be insightful beyond the product description just by tracing the emotions of a customer facing the need or using a competitor's product. A simplified experience map is shown in figure 14-4. While the full customer journey map of figure 14-3 is useful when there is a lot of time and the product opportunity is wide, the template in figure 14-4 is often used when customers are asked to recreate their experiences with a product or service. Essentially, the simplified experience map tracks only a customer's potential emotions, whereas a full customer journey map also traces marketing and technology interactions for product development. Here, the customer's emotions are tracked as positive, thumbs up, neutral, or negative, thumbs down, over a 4-step experience. Touch points, such as interaction with an advertising, promotion, demonstration, or purchase, are indicated within each step of the customer's journey. Like most of the design thinking tools used in identifying opportunities, the new product development team will gather similar data from a dozen or so potential customers. Summarizing information into a few personas is useful to keep the customer continuously in mind. Customer empathy map. Learning from the customer journey map, we know that the vast majority of purchase decisions are based on emotion. In some cases, overcoming the emotional energy to make a change is too great, and consumers will stick with a less elegant but familiar product solution. Therefore, as a new product development team begins to empathize with and understand the problems facing a customer segment, they also need to understand what emotions qualitatively drive product decisions. A customer empathy map helps the team understand the emotional aspects of the problem and can lead to deeper insights in solving their problem. Viewing the innovation opportunity through the eyes of the customer results in a balance of the pains and gains that an end user might unconsciously use to make a new product decision. Typically, a few of the new product development team members work on a customer empathy map for one of the several personas and share their feelings and findings with the larger team for efficiency in development time. In other cases, new product development team members may use paired interviewing to query real people about their thoughts and feelings. An example customer empathy map template is shown in figure 14-5. In our creativity and opportunity identification workshops, each small group will generate a persona at the center of figure 14-5. Then, using sticky notes, they will identify issues or benefits that the potential customer might face with a given problem or product. Since these activities fall into the discovery portion of the design thinking cycle, new product development team members are charged with identifying what customers might hear and see, as well as what they might think and feel. Observation of a customer's behaviors adds information to what they say and do. Moving to the definition portion of the design thinking cycle, each group will summarize the upper portion of the customer empathy map to a handful of pains and gains. Pains for a customer might be lack of convenience or price points. Gains for a new product are the benefits delivered through features and functions. For example, buying a new car comes with the pains of finding the right car at the right price and negotiating with the dealership. Gains from a new car include better safety features and technologies. As long as customers view the gains higher than the perceived pains, they will be likely interested in the new product opportunity. Design thinking. Having an open mindset during the opportunity identification stage of WAGILE is important to keep the customer at the forefront. Divergent thinking is a technique that will help the new product development team view the customer's problem from many different perspectives and generate solutions that are varied. This is important to maintain creativity in new product development. As we observed with the customer journey map example in figure 14-3, the solution was not to offer a new product with different features or functions. Instead, the company could gain sales by adding to its web and search applications. Many of the tools and techniques used in the early stages of WAGILE product development overlap the discover and define phases of the design thinking cycle. The purpose of divergent thinking is to come up with as many ideas as possible to identify the market opportunity and potential solutions for customers. Most of these tools focus on enhanced creativity, and some examples of discover and define tools are shown in figure 14-6. Details on application of divergent thinking tools and techniques can be found in an additional reference, Creativity in the Front End of Innovation, also available on Amazon, and additional references. Check the references at the end of the Innovation Process book. Discovery tools from design thinking often drive divergent thinking, while the define technologies support framing the problem statement and include convergent thinking as well. We will discuss just a few of the discovery tools here. Brainwriting. Over the years, many experts have recognized participation issues with brainstorming. Brainwriting uses the same open thought processes as brainstorming, but involves team members recording their ideas individually on a sheet of paper. People build on the ideas primarily by writing or sketching, rather than shouting out ideas randomly. Mind mapping. A visual tool combining words, images, and sketches to generate connections among seemingly disparate ideas. Mind mapping can be done individually or in a group. An effective creativity method is to combine brainwriting and mind mapping to generate initial innovation opportunities. Scamper. Using an existing product or technology, Scamper is an acronym that uses verbs to challenge current thinking about products or ideas. The letters in Scamper stand for substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, and reverse. Stage 1 activities. The purpose of Stage 1 in WAGILE product development is to learn about customer needs, market trends, and emerging technologies. Using design thinking tools, the new product development team focuses on empathy with end users to identify potential new product opportunities. Key tools for gathering customer insights are the customer journey map, the customer empathy map, and divergent thinking. Critical activities in this early stage of WAGILE are to create ideas and concepts, trial them with potential customers, and validate the opportunity. Create. Understanding customer needs involves creating proposals of the problem statement, the define phase of design thinking, to verify that the voice of customer has been translated correctly. In Stage 1 of WAGILE, the create activities include generating concept statements for the new opportunity. Concept statement templates and examples were provided in Chapter 4, as they are also commonly used in stage and gated new product development processes. Recall that a concept statement may be a narrative description of the new product or feature. In some cases, a mock-up or sketch of the new product may be included in the concept statement. It is important to keep the concept statement brief, as the typical exposure of the new product idea is less than 1 minute. Often the new product development team is seeking a qualitative response to the idea at this stage, so the interaction with customers is intentionally short. However, the team will want to test the idea with a lot of different potential customers and end users, perhaps 20 or 30 individuals per proposal. Trial. Once a new idea or concept has been identified, a trial of the idea is presented to potential or existing customers. Testing a concept statement might include presentation of a half-page narrative and sketch to gather first impressions from end users. In other circumstances, a new feature might be trialed in a focus group, lead user panel, or other assembly of potential customers. Some organizations test ideas and concepts at trade shows, such as trialing a new car concept at the North American International Auto Show in Detroit. Validate. Prior to conducting any new product development project or work effort, the WAGILE team will determine success metrics. For stage 1, the team may agree in advance that at least 70% of potential customers must judge the idea positively. If a product concept trial ends with only 60% of potential customers expressing interest in the idea, the WAGILE team has a few options. First, the team should determine why the success rate was lower than expected. If marketing materials were inadequate, this is a time for the WAGILE team to iterate within a stage. Iteration within the stage allows the new product development team to create a better, more descriptive concept statement to test with the customers. Alternatively, if the concept has repeatedly failed or the team agrees that there are just not enough interested prospective customers, the new product development project would end. In any case, however, it is crucial to predetermine success rates so the WAGILE team does not fall into the abyss of continual iteration and failing to define done. See Chapter 11 for more information. A successful concept test, along with clearly defined personas, guides the WAGILE team to move forward to the next stage in the process. Advancing to the next stage of work involves a relevant list of opportunities, technical and product, as well as an evaluation of market conditions, a competitive analysis. So thanks for reading along with me on Chapter 14, Stage 1. Next time we're going to cover Chapter 14, Stage 2. There is a lot to cover in WAGILE because it is a wonderful hybrid process that brings together the stages and gates of waterfall or staged and gated processes, as well as the iterations that are available in Agile processes, and a small team like we have in Scrum. So next time we'll go ahead and cover Stage 2. And if you want to get your copy of the Innovation Process Book to follow along, I highly recommend that. Scan that square QR code to take you to Amazon to get your paperback copy. And we are offering a class starting August 12th, 2025. Go ahead and scan that circular QR code to get registered. It's very inexpensive. And in 6 weeks, we're going to customize your own hybrid process based upon your organization's need, your teams, and culture. So thanks for reading along. We'll see you next time.